What's up, y'all? Jared Riot Live here at Injustice Square 6 and Jeff, where a small number of Louisville Youth have gathered to ask for increased access to public swimming facilities, to pools, in some of the more underprivileged areas of the city. Historically, they're the first ones to get closed. There was some money recently that was committed to reopening them, but Reverend Sutton feels that that is not enough. So they're here to protest and ask for increased access. So let's take a look.
I think they have some classes at Alpha when, after some class, what do you think? What's going through your mind when you hear that it's closed again and again? Particularly just this school and not any other. And what are you doing this summer? Do you have anything that we're looking forward to the pool opening? And why are you here? Why do you need to sit down to talk about it?
Reverend Sutton, how you doing?
All right.
Do you think there are so many other kids that have access to and it's the only pool in West Louisville that isn't open? And I'm just wondering what you think about that.
I think that it's pretty fair, but it's not at the same time. Not many kids have the ability to swim in their backyard nor go to public pools. And it's just,
Got it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Do you guys have anything to say about what you feel about this pool closing and closing again and again? Do you think it's not a priority? Do you think?
It's a must, y'all. Speak up.
Yeah. Or do you think, how many of you know how to swim? All of you know how, do you know how to swim? Right. And when did you guys learn how to swim?
my backyard. When my auntie said.
When did you guys learn how to swim? 11. And did you learn at the pool, or were you learning in the backyard, or at the YMCA? Mm-hmm. Right. Right. And so you didn't have any swim lessons or anything, right? That stuff is also expensive. You need like a membership in some places. Now the city is saying that they're trying to get swim passes for kids and for families, and they're going to do it just with the YMCA. And what do you think about that? We might not see that until after July, but what do you think about that? Because there's also the question of how to get there.
It's nice, but some people still need transportation to get back and forth.
How far is the closest YMCA from your place?
It's not bad.
10 minutes car ride? And do you have a way to get there without taking the YMCA passes or not?
No.
What do you think about the YMCA passes? We haven't gotten it yet, and we haven't heard much about that except for the city promising them. But how far is the YMCA from your place, the nearest one?
About the same as them, like 10, 15 minutes. Alright.
Yeah, and you don't have a way really to get there if you don't have a bus there.
Not every day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What do you think what's a pool you'd like open nearby? You were talking about the high schools, but what do you think would be, I'm not asking you for a solution, you don't have to fix this, but what would you want as a pool? Like, they're not going to open the pool, but what do you think would help?
What's open the pools?
Mm-hmm. Is there a lot of activities for kids this time? And I know that California community center is doing something. in the evenings on weekdays?
Well, we have been stripped. The kids have been stripped from boys clubs, boys and girls clubs, some of youth programs, and now it's gonna get to the point where they taking foods from them. So if we don't stand up and fight right now, this young man just showed me a map from where they live deep in the West End. On foot is 57 minutes to the YMCA. You have to transfer 2 buses. That's $3 for a transfer. These kids' parents don't have it. They're trying to keep a roof over their head, food in their belly, and clothing on their back. So even if you take the bus, it's 27 minutes. So you mean to tell me that our kids have to wait till summer's over in order to get swimming? You had all spring, all winter to repair this facility. So now you're sitting here telling me that you don't want to sit down with polio, with the JCPS, and open up Central, and open up Shawnee. Just like this kid said, they have half of the pool open, the other half closed. What's the purpose of going swimming when you don't have a lifeguard there? These kids don't know nothing about CPR. Who's to say that the person that's supposed to be scheduled to be the lifeguard is not getting paid for not being on the job? So there's too many negative activities going on for our kids. They deserve better than that.
There's no transparency. No one's actually telling you when you get the passes.
It shouldn't take. It don't take, like I said earlier. It don't take that long for them to come up with ideas on what they want and send it to the board. They just gave the Metro Police Department $240 million, and we still have crimes that's been unsolved for years. Why not get some detectives?
And they're trying to fix up Chickasaw Pond.
They're trying to fix the pond just for fishing, but they're not looking at what we need. It's always about what they want. So they have a lot of white people coming in the neighborhood of the West End area, and they directing and decorating and doing all this and doing all that for their purpose, but not for these kids. These kids deserve. What they gonna do about a pond? Okay, a pond when we don't have nowhere to swim. Well, so what are we supposed to do about the kids coming to us telling us, well, we're gonna get what we want? We got to keep telling them, okay, it's gonna come, it's gonna come, it's gonna come. Yeah. So we got to show them how to go about getting it. So this is the process of what my organization is about: how to represent yourself as a man, black man living in this society. When you're living in this society, you have to have courage, heart, and determination to fight these corrupt people in this state. It's happening all over the world. It's just not here in Louisville. So what I want to know is, why do we have to sit back and wait till y'all come up with a decision on what y'all want to give us? It's not what we want. We want to swim. What y'all want to do?
We want to swim. Swim.
Raise your voices, young kings and queens.
Yo, pay attention.
Tell us what the benefits are of swimming to the kids. Tell us why summertime is so important.
You go to school all fall, all winter, and you think about swimming. And then all of a sudden you're thinking that you're going swimming, and then there's a letdown. They tell you can't go in the Algonquin area, in the West End. Where are we gonna go? We don't have nowhere to go. What are we gonna do? We don't have nothing to do. Look at the area that we are talking about here. There's no recreation facility nowhere in that area. There's nowhere where they can go play basketball, play ping pong, play pool, do arts and crafts, learn how to be electricians, learn how to do nothing. That's none of that. All of that system is gone. It's gone. They took all of that. Okay? So now they want to take the only thing that they've been waiting on all winter long is to go swimming in their area, and they can't do it. They got to sit back and wait on some people that's supposed to be in the position to help them come up with a decision to give them what they think they deserve to have. And it's the parent. I'm a parent. I'm a grandparent. My taxpaying dollars, they work for us. We don't work for them. So why are they giving us what they want to give us? Give us what we want. That's all we want. We want our kids to be happy. You go out Chesapeake and all out there in Anchorage and all that, they got what they want.
Somebody said
asking why they don't just open up the Shawnee and Central High School pool until the Algonquin pool.
That's what I came. Girl, I love you. I
You
love
too,
you.
brothers.
I love you. I love you. And that's what we need. We need, if they can come up with an idea of taking free lunches out of the public schools, why can't they come up with an idea of saying, okay, well, let's open this up free for the kids until Algonquin pool gets ready? Help us. If it wasn't for the community, they wouldn't be eating steaks and lobsters and shrimp every day. Or whenever they want to, the high-priced wines, whenever they want to, fine cars, nice clothes. You realize how many homeless kids it is in this state, in this city? It's terrible how parents being forced out of their homes. And now these kids ain't got nowhere to go swimming. So they ain't got no other choice but to do something wrong if they don't have organizations like myself and other organizations. And I commend these other organizations. They are doing a tremendous job compared to what we're up against.
Councilwoman Tammy Hawkins was,
What about it?
yeah, she was talking about how racism is playing a massive role in this as well in terms of access to pools, to public spaces, to parks. I wonder what you have to say to that.
Why is it taking so long to get what we want? You're in a position to give us what we want. Don't go behind closed doors and accept what they give you to take away from us.
That feels like they're saying that this community is not a priority, that West it's happened time and time again.
Time and time and time. That's because they're going behind the closed doors, telling them what they're not going to give them, what they're going to give them, and they're accepting it. But at the same time, look what you're doing when you take them. Look what you're hurting. You're hurting the kids. It's not just the black poor kids. It's white kids, Hispanic kids, Cubans, Puerto Ricans, all in this city. Every child in the city is hurting because of their decisions. So why should they be hurting? It's time for a change. The change is right here in our face, but we are afraid. Some of us are afraid to go get it. I'm not afraid to go get it.
Right. Yeah, it's just that
Come on, man.
You can thank Tammy Whitmore for that question.
I had him to do it. I guess he just got out.
We want to swim.
Speak up, man. Speak up. Speak up. Speak up.
We want to swim. We want to swim.
How you doing?
Which dog? There's
The one you gave me the flower.
There's 5 billion.
No business doing hot
No, we haven't found that.
What does the lady everything
Y'all say swim. We want to swim.
Yes.
We want to swim. We want to swim.
Come on, man. Speak up. Speak up. Speak up.
So small but mighty numbers here at the square at the moment. Again, some Louisville youth have come to request better access to swimming facilities.
I can't hear you.
Number have been shut down and not reopened since the pandemic. They have been offered YMCA passes, but oftentimes travel to YMCA's are difficult. Anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour or more walking. Then if you're doing bus transfers, you're talking about money every time you transfer. So it's just the access isn't there. It's not there. So people are trying to, the youth are saying, we want to swim.
Come on, Nash. I can't hear you, Nash. Speak up. What y'all want to do, man? Quit playing. Act like you want it. Act like you want it. Act like you want it. What you want? Tell them what you want, man. Tell them what you want.
Let me swim. I want to swim.
There you go.
I want to swim. I want to swim.
Let them know what you want, man. You want to swim.
I'm going to tell them to switch directions so they don't get dizzy.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Let them know what you want. Let them know what you want. That's what I'm talking about. Let them know.
Switch directions
We
so
want
you
to
don't get
swim.
dizzy.
It's going to take y'all to get it. It's going to take y'all. Listen to me.
Do it.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Hold them up over your head.
This is
Listen to me. Listen to
George's
me.
training
It's going to
is.
take y'all to get what you want. It's not only up to us. It's up to you all. You understand that, Kamarion?
Right.
I ain't hear you.
Yes, sir.
It's up to you, good her. It's up to you, Kiani. Nance, it's up to you. It's up to y'all to get what you want. Aaron, it's up to you to get what you want. You want to be an engineer? It's up to you to go get it. Whatever it is you want to do, you got to go what?
Get it.
You got to go what?
Yeah. Get it.
I can't hear that, man.
You gotta go get
Get
it!
it! You gotta go get it! It's yours. Go take it. Go take it. It's yours. It's yours. All right? And now give me some.
George
You the man, baby. You the man, George. Yes,
is
ma'am.
a local organizer who gets things done.
We're gonna let the mayor know we're tired of waiting and waiting. This is the second week of June. There's 2 weeks without swimming. School been out since when? The first? So we wanna do what?
We wanna swim!
When we wanna do it?
Now!
We wanna do it.
Now!
That's what we want. We want to swim right now. We ain't gonna
Right now,
keep on
today.
waiting. Today. What can we take them at today? Is there anywhere we can go today and swim?
In their neighborhoods, let's go in their neighborhoods.
Yeah, let's go bum rush their houses. Jump all over the fence like they did in the White House.
Yeah.
Let's go do one of them things.
Yeah!
And see where we end up at.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
All right, y'all did good, man. Y'all did great. Y'all did great.
Mark it.
Y'all did great.
Are we
Can I
done?
get one?
Are we done?
Make some more noise.
Thank you.
Do it. Make some more noise.
Up top.
We'll live stream you as long as you're making noise. As long as make some noise. We'll live stream
Down
you.
low. Too slow.
She said hold it up. Do what you say then. All right, do what you say.
Yup. You wanna swim?
Want to swim today?
Today.
Today.
Try to swim today. I'm trying to
Yeah,
get
buddy.
after
We don't want to wait to know. Summer's over with in July. Summer's almost over in July.
That was August.
But you only got 30 days left, so why not get it right now?
Exactly.
Right now.
Right now, we wanna
Hey,
swim.
George, what has the city promised at this point? What have they?
A
what have
slap
they
in the
offered-
face.
What have they offered you?
$100,000 for passes, and we haven't even received none of that yet. Slap in the face, Tyra. To be honest with you, it's a slap in the face. How in the world you got all these people in this city that can afford to give $100,000 and you have to wait in order to get a permission to give up the $100,000 when you just gave $240 million to the Louisville Metro Department and they ain't doing nothing for the community. It's terrible how they just taking our money and doing what they want to do with it. And then the LG&E goes up, the water goes up, MSD, all that. It's terrible. It's a disgrace, Tyra. It's a disgrace. It really is a disgrace how they treating us. And we're just sitting back and allowing it to happen. Used to pay the water bill every other month, now you're paying it every month. What's up with that? And y'all can't come up with $100,000? Y'all can't get these kids to go swimming at Shiny and Central until they can remodel a Algonquin pool?
Somebody just commented, George, that like in every prior administration and the campaigns, the mayor has promised to revitalize and lift the underserved areas.
When?
And that's the question. The West End being one.
When?
Do they hold to their promise? This is a really good question.
I haven't met a mayor yet that done it. I haven't met not one mayor yet that done it. Not a one. None of them. So don't tell us what you're gonna do. Show us what you're gonna do. It's a big difference in that, Tyra. Don't keep telling us you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. Show us. Do it. Do it. Do it. His kids are swimming. If they want to go swimming, let's go out his house and go take a dip.
So if anybody from the mayor's office wants to walk over to the square and answer some of these questions, you're welcome, and we'll be happy to amplify your answer to George Fields and his team of swimmers who want to swim and want to do it now.
Yeah, we tired of telling us what they're going to give us. We want what we deserve to have.
Which one of these young kings is a really good spokesperson for you? Pick one of them and have them come.
Jordan.
All right, Jordan, come on up here. I'm going to put the camera down so I can
Jordan's
see you
the
better.
man.
All right, Jordan, tell me what happens when kids don't have a place to swim and when the summer is hot and when you're feeling like you just don't have anything to do. What
How
happens?
you really feel?
So when we don't have anywhere to swim, and the summer starts getting boring, kids do bad things until they start to have fun, and it doesn't end up well.
Do you have bad things going on in your neighborhood that make you scared?
Yes, sometimes
Like, talk about what those things are.
killing, shootings like every week. Kids are breaking people's basketball rims, leaving them nothing to do. We just can't have fun in peace.
So when you're with Mr. Fields, what do you guys do to make your lives happier? And what do you do to grow up to be strong men like Mr. Fields?
When we have fun, we go spread the word, and we just do good, positive things.
That's what we want to hear. Good job. You keep going. Keep raising your voice, young king. Good job. You want to say something?
Yes, Aaron, speak.
Go ahead, Aaron. Listen.
Tell her your name.
My name is Aaron.
I hear you.
My name is Aaron.
Aaron. All right.
And the reason
Anything you want to say?
Speak the truth.
Why do you want to swim, and what do you do when you don't swim?
the reason I want to swim is because I'm trying to bring the community more closer together and stop the violence and stuff. Yeah, the reason I want to swim is because I want to bring the community closer, you know, and stop the violence and stuff. Because you see kids on the street breaking people's cars and stuff, shooting, breaking rims and stuff. And, I'm trying to stop this.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Anybody else want to chime in? Good? All right, you guys are awesome.
Thank
so
you.
proud of you.
Thank
so
you.
glad you're out here. Thank you, George.
Thank you all.
You're an angel.
Have
so
a blessed
much.
day.
Good job.
Keep an eye out for my dachshunds in that
I got
Portland
you.
area.
I got you. I got the
Thanks,
flyer.
my brother. Thank you. Good job.
You've done a great
All
job.
right, you
All
guys.
right,
These
now this
kids
will
are.
All right. So as local activist George Fields, I actually misquoted, said it was Reverend Sutton. That was my bad. Reverend Sutton is who sent us out the press release. So that is my apologies. But organizer George Fields, he's been doing things in the city for a very long time. But a number of youth are out here asking for increased access to public swimming facilities. A number have been closed, in particular because of the pandemic, and have not been reopened. $100,000 has been promised to get YMCA passes, but even with YMCA passes that they haven't received yet because they haven't come through, so the promise hasn't been met yet. But further than that, travel to the YMCA can oftentimes be, cumbersome for underprivileged youth, right? These kids aren't young enough or aren't old enough to drive, so they're not going to be able to drive themselves there. And even if they were old enough to drive, who says they're going to be able to afford a car? So they can't drive there. So then they got to walk or take the bus. Bus, a lot of times there's multiple transfers because even though the West End is the area that needs it the most, it's the most convoluted area when it comes to transfers and stuff like that. So if they got to transfer multiple buses, that gets expensive quick. So then the free pass, is a moot point. Further than that, you might be able to walk, but you're looking at 30 minutes, hour and a half for some of these kids to walk to the closest YMCA to be able to use that pass. So while $100,000 worth of passes is a beautiful sentiment, a beautiful promise from the city, they haven't come through with the passes yet. Summer is, kind of here. I don't know if they're aware of that, but passes haven't come through yet. And two, just, the difficulty. But yeah, some powerful little kids out here today that y'all should show some support for. You should be able to come and check them out. Look up George Fields, look up his organization. GF, I believe, Empowerment Inc. Yeah, GF Empowerment Inc. Look up the organization. Reach out to the mayor, reach out to your Metro Council member, in particular, if you live in the West End, express your opinions, let them know that we need pools. We need pools, we need community centers, we need activities for the youth, or else they turn to dumb shit. They just said it themselves. We've all been kids once, and we've all done dumb shit, so unfortunately today's youth's dumb shit is a little bit more permanent than maybe some of ours was when we were younger. First and foremost, the best way to combat crime is to prevent it by offering resources to the people. We're going to go ahead and drop the live. Check out the press conference from earlier. The mayor announced a non-fatal shooting squad, so it's going to be a department separate, or not a department, but a squad separate from homicide that will investigate non-fatal shootings. So it should take a little bit of pressure off of homicide because there's a lot in the city, but there's even more non-fatal shootings. Not necessarily a fan of LMPD personally, but it is kind of a cool move, and hopefully it does some good. So check out that press conference from earlier. We got an article up about it on rightheart.com as well. We're gonna go ahead, drop the live, maybe get some B-reel and some pictures to put up for you. So stay tuned, stay strong, stay safe.